What's up, Fight fans? The MMA world is buzzing again, and oh boy, there's so much drama you don't want to miss. Let's start with the moment that had everyone talking. Khabib Nurmagomedov. Yes, the Eagle is back in headlines. Why? Because during a live CBS broadcast, Khabib refused to shake hands with host Kate Scott, and it happened right there on live television. So here's what went down. Khabib, who is the first Muslim UFC champion and known for strictly following his Islamic faith, was invited to CBS to talk soccer. He's a massive fan of Paris Saint-Germain and was super happy after their win. In the studio, he was laughing, smiling, and shaking hands with all the male hosts like everything was cool. But then, Kate Scott reached out a hand to greet him, and Khabib, he politely said no. He didn't shake her hand. You could almost feel the awkward tension. Kate immediately pulled her hand back and quickly said sorry. The cameras caught the whole thing. Now, for those who know Khabib and his faith, this wasn't a shock. Khabib has said before, many times, that he doesn't shake hands with women unless they're his wife or a close family member. It's part of his religious values. But of course, this one small gesture blew up the internet. Some fans were clapping for Khabib, saying, wow, he's standing by his beliefs even when the world is watching. Even Chael Sonnen, yes, the UFC legend, tweeted about it. He called Khabib honorable and said some guys come as advertised, honorable. Others in the MMA world were saying the same thing. They respected Khabib for not changing who he is. But not everyone agreed. Some people were furious. They called the moment disrespectful, backward, and even sexist. People on Twitter went after Sonnen too, accusing him of defending outdated traditions. That's when Khabib's defenders jumped in. One fan wrote, "If you don't understand Muslim traditions, just say that. Muslim men treat women like queens. Only husbands, fathers, or brothers can touch them." And still, some folks believe this was all set up. They think the producers knew Khabib wouldn't shake a hand. Why? Because this isn't the first time he's done this. There are videos online showing Khabib politely declining handshakes from women before. So why wouldn't someone warn Kate? They have earpieces on live TV. It could have been avoided. So now the big question is, was this a real moment or a setup to go viral? Was Khabib ambushed on live TV just to stir up headlines? Let us know what you think in the comments. Meanwhile, over in UFC land, fans are losing their minds over one thing: Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. Yep, a petition with nearly 200,000 signatures is flying around right now. Fans want UFC President Dana White to make a heavyweight unification fight happen between Jones and Aspinall. And big names like Chael Sonnen and Daniel Cormier are saying, come on Dana, the people want this fight. Sonnen actually believes that if Dana White gets annoyed enough, he just might make it happen. Maybe even at Madison Square Garden in November.
Get closer to that Dana location. If Dana does not succeed in getting that fight closer, he's going to start to get angry. And that's the one piece that these guys haven't had to deal with yet. They have not had to deal with an angry Dana White. I don't know if you have, Daniel. I have only once. It's not the same guy, and it's not a guy that you want to say no to. I'll leave it at that.
Now, here's where things get even crazier. Jon Jones recently said he and Aspinall are waiting for the UFC to officially announce the fight. He hinted that he can't legally talk about it yet. So yeah, there might be contracts or something holding him back.
When are you fighting Tom?
I was waiting for it. When are you fighting Tom? Like, governor. The UFC in town, we all got a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes. They're one of the biggest organizations in sports, and right now Tom and I have agreed to wait for the UFC to make their announcements. So I legally can't really talk about it.
But Tom Aspinall, he's not buying it. In fact, he's totally convinced Jon Jones is done fighting.
Man, John's retired. What are you talking about, guys? You guys don't follow John on social media?
I don't follow him on social media. He said that.
No, me too, actually. Me too. But the guy is living his best life. He's had a fantastic career. We all know. We know John's a religious man, so I want to say God bless him moving forward in what he does with his life and his career. And you know, we move on. We move on. I'm the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. I'm ready to take on all comers, get this division moving again. Us guys have been waiting around too long. You know, the contenders are getting sick of it. Everybody's getting sick of it. Even the fans are getting sick of this stuff. So John's retired and it's time that we move on.
This is the greatest promo I've ever heard. He just announced his nemesis' retirement. And to add to it, Daniel, he wished him well.
Hello, I am Ryan Quinn with the Dean Thomas Fight Court podcast, and I am one of the thousands of people who took my soft keyboard fingers and signed a petition on change.org in order to get Jon Jones stripped of the UFC Heavyweight Championship. Did you know that 4 or 5 UFC heavyweight contenders every day are faced with the challenge of not being able to move up the rankings in order to possibly get their shot at the title? This is all because Jon Jones refuses to fight Tom Aspinall. By joining us and signing this petition, you as a fan can show these heavyweights that you love them, and that we could show Dana White that our opinion matters.
Do I think that Jon Jones should be stripped of his title? 100%. 100%. If he doesn't agree to a fight by the end of fall, then I would say 100%. Is Jon Jones the greatest of all time? Absolutely not. Sure, was Barry Bonds? Did Barry Bonds? Did he make it into the Hall of Fame? No. Tainted. He didn't get along with half the team. Well, look at Jon. Don't know if sure, he gets along with a few people, but he's tainted. 100% tainted. You don't hit and run all high as a kite and a pregnant woman and then leave, hit and run, and then go back and get your substances. And I've not seen him change, and I've not seen enough for him to change. Are you kidding me? Bloody and great. Yeah, I'm a man of faith. I believe in Jesus Christ. Shame on you, Jon Jones. You are supposed to be a champion in and outside the ring, and you're not. And that's why Barry Bonds' legacy was tainted. As good as he was, as good as you are, you're tainted, Jon Jones.
And then Michael Bisping jumped into the conversation. He said that a fight between Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall could be one of the biggest paydays in UFC history for Jon.
Biggest heavyweight fight that the UFC has ever seen. Jon Jones will probably get one of the biggest paydays the sport's ever seen. In fact, the only person I think that could even rival this or maybe got paid more would be a Conor McGregor. He's the biggest earner that the sport's ever seen. This fight's going to be gigantic. Jon Jones is going to get paid a shitload of cash, and if it does actually happen, if it goes down in Madison Square Garden, which is what I always said it would, because a fight of this magnitude needs an iconic venue, then everyone's going to get paid a shit ton of money. And if Tom Aspinall can go through him, then he's going to make that FU money down the line. If he beats Jon Jones, becomes the undisputed champion of the world, after this, every single fight is going to just be bigger and bigger. He's going to go down as the greatest fighter maybe in the history of the UFC. But of course, he's got to beat Jon Jones first.
So now the question is, will Jon actually come back, or is this all just talk? Let's be honest, fans are getting tired of waiting, the tension is real, and if that wasn't enough fight drama for you, get ready for UFC 316. This card is going to be insane. The big headliner is title rematch between Merab, Dvalishvili and Sean Ali. Now, here's the backstory. Ali lost to Merab before, but instead of jumping straight into another fight, he took his time. He waited. He let Merab defend his belt against Nurmagomedov, and only then did Ali ask for a rematch. That's smart strategy, but now Merab says it's all or nothing for Ali. He believes that if Sean Ali loses again, no more title shots, no more climbing the ranks. It'll be over. The pressure is sky high. Fans are saying this could be one of the most emotional, high-stakes fights of the year. Everyone wants to see if Ali can rise from the ashes, or if Merab is going to shut the door on his dreams for good.
Oh, how hungry he is. Either for him now, either everything or nothing, because he lost a lot of things. He made lots of changes, and then I know how bad he wants to come back, and I know how, he used to be champion. He have everything. Now he's like under, and he lots of people doubted him, and now I'm sure he's super motivated. He will go like a risk and stuff like this.
Well, who are we saying is the top spot? Who's the number
for me,
one
I think it's Dom
bantamweight of all time?
I think Dom Cruz is I think Dom Cruz number one. That's where I'm
Yeah, and that is an old school shout out, but you're absolutely right. Certainly deserves a lot of respect and credit, and certainly helped build the lighter weight divisions. But I'm just looking at his record right now. I mean, here's another reason why this rematch is happening, because outside of Corey Sandhagen, he has beaten everybody. Umar Nurmagomedov, Sean O'Malley, Henry Cejudo, Piotr Jan, Jose Aldo. All right, then it's Marlon Moraes, Cody Stamann, John Dodson. But his last 5 fights are all pretty much former champions outside of Umar Nurmagomedov, who was undefeated, who was seen as the next coming of Khabib, the next guy to be the champion and all the rest of it. And he didn't just beat him, he dominated him, and he made it look relatively easy. I think Merab Dvalishvili is one of the greatest bantamweights that we've ever seen.
I do believe he already has status as the greatest bantamweight of all time, and I say that as a man who, if I got married this weekend, Dominic Cruz would be a groomsman. He's one of my best friends in the world, but when I look at the body of work of Merab Dvalishvili in the modern era, he could be 14-0 in the UFC, right? He lost to Frankie Saenz and then contentious ending against Ricky Simon. With respect to those two guys, it's been 12 straight wins ever since. And to your point, he left a murderer's row of champions in his wake before he even fought for the title. He beat Henry Cejudo, beat Piotr Jan, beat Jose Aldo, then he beat Sean O'Malley, defends the title on the Challengers timeline in beating Umar Nurmagomedov, and now the rematch with Sean O'Malley. As far as I'm concerned, with respect to Aljamain Sterling and my BFF Dominic Cruz, the greatest bantamweight of all time, not so quietly, is Merab the Machine Dvalishvili.
Yo, what's up, bitches? It's Corey Sandman Sandhagen, and I'm here to put you bitches to bed. That's kind of whack, dude. I don't know. I don't really want to do that.
Hey, this is how you got to do it now. You want to be champion? This is how they're talking nowadays. Let's do it. You know what? Let's try the Peter Yan. Let's try that.
And Peter Yan wants the next title shot? I finished the last 2 guys that he beat. Not only that, but him versus O'Malley and him versus Merab looked like episodes off of the Netflix original Fighting on the Spectrum.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't think we should say that one.
Yeah, I think
Let's maybe not say that one.
Now let's try the Merab.
Yeah, and Merab's finished less people in the division than he's finished women in his life. That's pretty good. O'Malley next?
O'Malley. Let's try the O'Malley.
Okay. Yeah, people keep asking me how I'm about to finish O'Malley. Literally any way that I choose. I'll keep it standing or I'll take that juicy booty down. Juicy booty. He has a juicy. Have you seen it?
Flag on the play. What?
Bro, he has a juicy butt. It's big. Haven't you seen it?
All right.
Okay.
First question. Corey, this is a crazy fight. People want to know, how are you going to end this fight?
Well, you know, like Merab or O'Malley, they're really good fighters, so I mean, it's going to be really tough to finish both of them.
Yo, no one wants to hear that. Now you sound soft. They need to hear the dark Corey. Bring out the dark Corey.
Okay. Ask me again.
All right.
Ask me again. Yeah.
All right, Corey. This is gonna be.
Yo, I'm finishing these fools like it's the red light district, dog.
So, to sum it all up, Khabib shut down a viral TV moment without even raising his voice, just by standing firm in his beliefs. Now the world split on whether it was respectful or a setup. Meanwhile, the John Jones vs. Tom Aspinall saga is heating up. One side says the fight is coming, the other says John's done for good. And finally, UFC 316 is going to explode with Merab Asali 2, and it could be career-ending. So what do you think? Was Khabib set up? Will John fight again? Can Ali survive the pressure? Let us know in the comments. This is 1 week fight fans won't forget.